So we promised certain things and we delivered. The range wider, we locked in our profits. The maximum profit potential has gone up the roof now. Definitely a much better upgrade. Batman 2.0. Most people trade for dopamine, but it's the elite who trade for profitability. And today I'm going to improve your strategy, which is very popular, Batman. Welcome to Batman 2.0. Why is it better, wider, safer, and a lot smarter? Also, I'm going to tell you how you can lock in the profits if you are a busy working professional. Today, you're going to learn the trick from my book, which is going to help you immensely. Smart knowledge for smart money. Remember, every option trading contains certain level of risk. If you're amateur or trying 10 different strategies, then your risk is more. But if you have a concrete and solid plan to move forward, odds can be in your favor heavily. Regular Batman versus the new Batman 2.0, which we are going to modify. Let's understand the basic difference. So here we are on a simulator. We're gonna create a Batman, a usual Batman, and then we're gonna modify this. We're gonna extend the range, and then we're gonna have in the end our main trick, how to make it even more profitable, an absolute beast. So how do you create a Batman? It's basically you buy a call which is approximately 1,000 points out of the money in a monthly series. We can buy this, and then after leaving 2 strike, we sell this. Simple buy and sell to 200 points above. Same things we're going to do on the put side as well, is that we buy the put which is approximately 1,000 points down, and then we're going to sell 2 puts. Why are we doing 1,000 points up and down? Reason is very simple, that Batman, we like to enjoy our range, the big profitable range. That's why we create a Batman. And why the name Batman? Obviously this looks like a Batman sign, as you can see here. So the idea is pretty simple, that if market stays in the range, we're gonna make great amount of profit from this. But if market starts to trend, and by chance if market crosses our peak, then we are up for surprise, and the surprise is negative. Now I want you to focus more, because now we're gonna modify a Batman, a newer, better version. So what we're gonna do, first we're gonna create a conventional Batman, and this is how it looks like. What we're going to do on the call side, if you sold a 25,700 call, we got to go 200 points more above, more out the money, and we buy a particular call. Easy, right? Anybody can do that. And then we're gonna go 200 points more above and we sell it, right? So after Batman, we buy one and then we sell one somewhere out equal distance. You can play around with this. Same thing we're gonna do on the put side as well. First we create the Batman, then we're gonna go 200 points down, buy the put. 200 points more down, bang, sell a put. And that's how we extend the range, and this becomes a usual Batman. But the main difference is what I'm gonna tell you now. The main difference is that as soon as you do this, your probability of profit really go up to 86.82. But the main difference comes here in terms of break even. Your break even now is 22,699. On the upside, 26,201. So your break even extend. Let me show you, if you don't do this, if you do conventional Batman, then what is your break even range? So this is your conventional Batman, which is popular in public. And what you see, the profitability is 82, and the range which you see break even is 822, 872 versus 26,028. Okay, this is Batman 1.0, but what we're gonna do, we're just gonna add extra wings, and we're gonna enjoy a better probability of profit. We're gonna enjoy a better break even. As you can see now I have added it, and what you see here now is that definitely it has increased 200 points and 200 points down without taking extra risk. Now I want to ask you one thing very clearly. Trading in a nutshell is what? Trading is that you're reducing your risk, but you're increasing your odds in your favor. Haven't we done that? Have we increased our risk? I want to ask you, you've been trading in the markets. You tell me, have we increased our risk? Absolutely no. Have you been able to increase your range without increasing the risk? Give me a high five if you got it. Yes, absolutely. And that is how we do this. And in terms of margin estimate, as per Opstra, is approximately 3 lakh rupees of a margin. Now, let's talk about the number one problem which you have when you create a Batman. I know the pain point. The pain point is very simple. If market starts to go down, then what we're gonna do? How we can really come out in profits when we do something like this? Not to worry, I have a simulation for this. I'm gonna tell you how to really maneuver your trade, and then if possible, I can give you some extra additional tricks. So let's learn that. So here we are on a February series. I want you to notice it very carefully. Remember, the more rules you follow, the less luck you need. Focus and attention is everything. Now here we did the same thing. You can take a screenshot and you can check it. It's very easy. Same thing, no rocket science. Went out of the money, bought, sold, etc. And we just added the hedges. And when we do this, our range really go up. As you know this, the same story unfolds right in front of you. Batman 2.0. So let's go ahead and let's see what happens. Obviously the market is gonna breach your break even. It's gonna give you massive trouble now. Market is going up and market is going down, etc. If I show you, obviously we are having some amount of profit because market is in range. But what's the point of market being in range? We want market to really take a turn and take a wild turn so that we can adjust your Batman, because winners scale their edges and losers scale their mistakes, doing the same thing over and over again. Now, as you can see, market has really come and hit our peak. As soon as our peak gets crossed, we look to do some kind of an adjustment. No adjustment before that, and the market has again snapped back and again going up, and this is the usual character of the market. And as soon as market really breaches our break even, now here what you see is market has really jumped our the peak over usual conventional Batman, which has a narrow range and more riskier that one is. A move like this can be total disaster. I'm talking about at least 5% down in a trade like this. But because you have extended the range in a Batman 2.0, this is still giving you some kind of a comfort. Now I understand your number one problem over here is, what if market really gives you a gap down, or market really just continuously to go down? Then it's gonna be a total disaster, a total chaos. And you don't want to get stuck in the chaos, because you have the elite way of adjusting your Batman 2.0. So what you're going to do, we have an option here. So what we're going to do is first target and lock in the sold put which you have. As you can see over here, you have first bought, then you sold, then you bought, and then you sold. So you sold a 22,400 put, which can be really problematic. It can be disaster. As you can see over here, this is what we sold. So what we have to do now, we have to pack our cards, know when to hold your cards and know when you have to fold your cards. So we are folding our cards now 40.7, and we are exiting our sold put position. And as soon as we do something like this, this is how your payoff is going to look. Absolutely a piece of beauty. And the best part is, if market snaps back or if markets hover around here, the maximum profit potential is really go up the roof, which is, we're talking about upwards of 17,000. Market can go down to whatever extent, it doesn't really matter. Point number one. Point number two, if market stays where market is now, it's already 24th of Feb, and if market just hover around for a couple of more days, this is how you really get the odds heavily in your favor. And if you're somebody who's really looking forward to elevate your trading, you are not very happy with your trading results, and you want to learn the new concepts which obviously public is not aware of, you can always get in touch. You can join the learning group and really look forward to get better, newer, fresher rules and techniques to trade into the markets. Now I want to tell you some more things about it. About Batman, you definitely have upgraded because of your range, because of your probability has increased. This is an excellent thing which you have done now. But Batman, when exactly do you have to do this? That is something which you must know. If the VIX range is above 15, 18, Batman becomes a really deadly strategy. But at the same time, if the VIX range is around 10, 11, 12, that it's better off that we do not do Batman, but in the lower VIX. If we have to do Batman, what do we do? Let me tell you. Now, I want to explain this over here over a strategy builder. I want to explain you properly. You made a Batman and then you added the hedges, right? You long one and you short one. when the VIX is low, it's always advisable to long 2 and short 2. Why? Because the VIX is low, your range is going to be narrow. So when you are playing a narrow range, you have to be a little more careful, because what if market really suddenly starts to go down? Then Batman, all the positives of the Batman can become really negative. Also, you can play around with the range of a Batman. The 1,000-point rule you can maneuver. It's like I told you, option pricing depends on various factors. Also, now many people will try to do it on weekly option expiry. If you're expert and if you've been trading options from quite some time, then you can consider weekly option. But in my opinion, if you're a working, busy professional, it's always better to take a big, huge range if you are playing the game of a range. Now, is this the best adjustments one can do? It's not the best, but it's definitely a slight upgrade to how people been doing Batman, a lot better. Remember the main top tricks which I told you about VIX. I've also told you that you can double your debit spreads. That definitely going to make your Batman a lot better. That's why I say hit and trial way of trading one must avoid. You can elevate your trading game. You can learn the craft in record time. Just like you have upgraded your Batman, boom, in just a matter of few minutes now. You have extra tricks with you. Next time when you trade Batman, you can get in touch to learn in depth. Just drop a message. You can get details directly from the team. I hope that you really enjoyed the video and learned something really solid. Thanks for watching, and like I always say, you are going to do so well in trading, you will surprise everyone. I wish you all the best. Bye-bye.